There he is.
What's that?
He needs to turn off his mic or speaker. Miss Marker. There you go. Thanks, Mr. Marker.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to call a meeting of the Community Redevelopment Agency to order. Clerk, please call the roll.
Chair Burns.
Here.
Vice Chair Markert.
Do we have to vote him in electronically?
Oh, yes, he should say.
I'm here.
Oh, no, we don't do the voting.
Okay.
Deputy Vice Chair Casal.
Here.
Commissioner Carney.
Here.
And Commissioner Long.
Here.
Okay, we have a quorum. Okay. Approval of the agenda.
May
Yes.
May I chime in here, Chair? Renee Jaddison, Executive Director. So I think we have a bit of time constraints this afternoon. So we wanted to find out if we could move public comment to this after we do our business, because we do have 6 phone calls. And if there's other comments, I just want to make sure we have enough time to get through the agenda as well. I'm concerned about losing quorum, that's all.
Okay, we have 6 phone calls and...
Yes, and if we have public comments here, I just want to make sure we have enough time.
Okay.
Because I believe around 5:30, we might be having members that had to leave.
Okay, so are we in agreement
Yes.
to moving
Should
public
we-
comment to the... Okay, so public comment will be
Do we need a
moved to
vote
the-
on that?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am,
you have
if
to
you
vote.
do a
Okay,
motion to amend.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Vice Chair Markert.
Yes.
Deputy Vice Chair Casal.
Yes.
Commissioner Carney.
Yes.
Commissioner Long.
Yes.
And Chair Burns.
Yes.
Motion to approve the agenda as amended, please.
Okay, I need a motion to
So
approve the
moved.
agendas as amended.
Second.
Deputy Vice Chair Casal.
Yes.
Commissioner Carney.
Yes.
Commissioner Long.
Yes.
Chair Burns.
Yes.
And Vice Chair Markert.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, I need a motion for the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Commissioner Carney.
Yes.
Commissioner Long.
Yes.
Chair Burns.
Yes.
Vice Chair Markert.
Yes.
And Deputy Vice Chair Casal.
Yes.
Do we have a 5-second delay over there, Mr. Marker? I'm just curious.
I think so. Okay,
A little delay. It's
you do on
Washington,
TV,
so
yeah.
you have to forgive us.
okay. Okay, thank you. So we will be moving on to old business. Christine presenting.
Yes, I'm actually going to start this one.
Okay?
Yes, okay. So this is an item we wanted to discuss in 2 parts. This is related to the request for qualifications that we had issued for the Northwest 800 block of West Atlantic Avenue, the Progressive Design Build for Redevelopment Project. And we are today seeking to cancel this request for qualifications and reject all submitted proposals. We've had this item on the agenda a few times. Let me just pull this up here. Okay. So yes, we've had this item on the agenda a few times, and I think just where we are in the process, I believe it might be best for us to kind of hit a reset and maybe actually look at proposals and submit something where we can get proposal where we can see actually what's being submitted, because with requests for qualifications, we're asking for qualifications of these design build teams to submit something. But I think in, hearing the discussions that we've had, maybe reviewing proposals might be the way to go. When we started this project, we didn't have as much property as we do now. So I just think we're in a different place. So it might be best to go this route at this time. So we wanted to bring it to the board.
Okay, so the request was for qualifications, not for proposals, and you feel that
Correct.
that's what we've been hearing?
I think that even from comments from our members, we've asked what these projects will look like. We won't know until later on in the process, but if we do a request for proposals, we will receive visuals,
Right.
full visuals up front, and know what we're looking at.
So these comments have kind of like moved ahead of what the request was?
Could I ask a question?
Yes.
Chair?
Yes.
Are we only going to permit that to the 3 applicants that we were considering? We're not, as we cancel this, are we able to, because this was slightly the fault of the commission, the board. So if we cancel this request, can we only allow that for the 3 applicants? Or are we opening back up to the entire public?
It would be opening it back up again to start. Basically, you'd have to start over, because the options were to accept the selection committee's suggestions, to rescore basically and select somebody else, or cancel and reject all proposals. So this would be starting over, but the benefit is we would be able to see what everyone is proposing up front and not down the line.
Yeah.
So this will be issuing a complete RFP.
Yes, and I have some discussion on that. This first part is only about canceling and rejecting related to the RFQ.
Okay.
The next steps would be discussed in part 2 of this if we want to go into that at this time, but they have to keep them separate. This is just strictly about the RFQ.
Okay. Any other comment, Commissioner Long?
I guess I do feel a little bit bad about this because I know the other applicants spent probably considerable resources to bring us those presentations. So I hate to just, make them kind of restart and go back to ground zero, but if that's the only option we have here, then I don't know. It does feel like that error is on us, and they kind of, we force folks to waste a lot of time and money to come in here for something that they're going to get nothing out of now. I don't like that. But that being said, I guess here we are. I don't know. I don't know what else to do.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Market, you have any comment?
He's got to unmute.
You're
You
muted.
got to unmute, Tom, Mr. Marker.
You're muted.
He's still talking.
We'll go on to,
Well, I mean,
He's talking.
I concur.
Hang
with
on,
Mr.
he's-
I think you can hear me now.
now we
Yes.
can
There we
hear
go.
you.
Apologies. I feel the same way as Rob. I feel badly for the folks that submitted, in particular the one agency that did a lot of extra work, and their work looked great. But I don't think it's lost work. I think we'll be able to now just consider it, along with some others. So I am sorry that it went down this path, but I think I concur with everything that was said. We don't really have a choice, so I think we accept this and move on.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor?
I agree with my two colleagues.
Okay, same here. So can I get a motion?
I agree too.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
No,
thought
it's fine.
you
I
started the
totally agree.
conversation, so I didn't know I needed to come back
No,
to you.
no.
I'm sorry.
I agree. 100%.
You have something else that you would like to
No,
add
no,
to
I
your
just-
original comments?
No, just,
Okay.
it's
Then I move that
unfortunate.
we cancel the request for qualifications.
Can I get-
Second,
And reject all proposals.
yes,
And
that's
Reject all,
correct.
and reject all proposals.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And we have a motion and a second?
Commissioner Long,
Yes.
Chair Burns,
Yes.
Vice Chair Markert,
Yes.
Deputy Vice Chair Casal,
Yes.
and Commissioner Carney.
Yes.
Okay, and now Renee?
Part 2. Okay. So this is some of the conversation we had back in probably 2021, 2022, when we even started down this road of deciding what to do with these parcels. So we have a map that shows what we have. So I'll kind of go through this piece by piece. So originally we did not own these two pieces on 9th. And then we acquired them somewhere through this RFQ process and added them in because we had canceled this RFQ previously. In the meantime, and acquired these and kind of threw these in here after the fact. We also did a kind of a study of what could be built here, and that's where the container concept came up. It did not include these two parcels because, again, we didn't have them at that time. Separately, this site right on the corner of 8th and Atlantic has been going through, was in a remediation process. It's technically cleared now, but it's still tied to a remediation process that's in the median. So that's something that I wanted to bring up as we're now kind of hitting the reset button to start back at the beginning of how this even started in the first place. So when we originally looked at designing something here, while this had that remediation situation on it, we had a pad here. So there was not actually a building or any groundwater needed. It was just a pad that would be built over this until we could figure out the situation with the remediation. So I just wanted to kind of start there as you all think about what to do and what next for this site. So here's kind of a summary of where we are with this remediation. It started in 2006 when we purchased the property. 2022, we were able to remove the equipment. However, again, it's still in a monitoring and testing status because back when we purchased this property, it was tied to a contamination found underneath Atlantic Avenue. So the two got tied together. Our site was clean because we had all the equipment there for over 25 years, but the median obviously would not be able to have that same cleanup process. So we're still working with the environmental consultants in Palm Beach County on how to handle the situation. We've explored many, many different options trying to untie these two parcels, which they told us they won't do that. So at this point, if we're considering what we can do with the property, since we have more land now, what we were asking the consultant is to try to give us some kind of a report now that we're considering other alternatives. Maybe they could give us some all clear or a thumbs up, essentially, with stipulations. You can do this, not that, if we're going to be building something different than a slab, basically. But again, the site is clear. There's whatever is happening is underneath Atlantic Avenue, which they're still testing and kind of figuring out what to do with that. We even asked them, well, what if you actually clean that up and remove it? All these things are questions that are ongoing, but it's just taking a really long time. And if you pull up our site or we try to sell it, it'll come up as having this remediation open, is kind of the issue that we've been facing for all this time. So these are pictures of just from the past. You'll see that green fence if you remember there for so long. And at one point we put some covering on that to showcase some of the things that CRA has done to try to make it look a little bit better. And then thankfully we were able to have it removed after. So this is an image that we just received from the environmental consultant that shows like basically that plume. So this on the top is where the unique oil, that's the site of the former gas station. And then this circle is where the plume is, basically. It's contained. And Christina, if you have any comments about that, you guys had just talked about that earlier. So
yeah, so this is a very conservative drawing in terms of the location. It's just from the consultant's sketch, it's approximations, but it is contained with it right all underneath Atlantic Avenue. And he's basically stated that for the course of approximately almost 20 years, the plume hasn't really grown in size or migrated out of its location. There are a variety of different chemicals with really long names. And they all don't exist. They all have different kind of parameters, right? But this is, the drawing that he provided us that captures like everything in a very conservative fashion. So they are exploring different options in terms of how to successfully fully remediate the groundwater plume and obtain the no further action letter or stamp from the state. So that's where we are right now. We've been kind of stuck in this just testing and monitoring phase for a very long time because the plume is right under the FDOT owned and controlled Atlantic Avenue, and remediation in that location is difficult because it would require closing down significant portions of West Atlantic Avenue, and we're trying to just figure out how not to do that, but also how not to tie any other sites into this remediation effort as well.
Question: when you say they, who's
the consultant, Palm Beach County Environmental Protection, and then the state Environmental Protection Department as well.
But to clarify,
Yes.
just for everybody else, because I was up here when this was happening, regardless, we were still able to proceed. That's where we got the idea of
Yes.
putting something up as a structure above the ground versus digging into the ground.
Yes.
And it doesn't stop us from going forward with what we had been considering.
yeah, exactly. So that's kind of where this all came from, and I thought it was important to kind of show, kind of going way back to 2021, even with what's happening here under Atlantic Avenue. It's not like a threat. There isn't like a concern in that sense. We're just showing why we're still tied to this remediation, because it was tied together in 2006, unfortunately, and they won't untie it. It's just constant, like I said, testing and monitoring. So maybe we end up back in the same situation with the RFP of some kind of similar design where we're putting that stage area or that pad of some sort. But again, just wanted to get you all up to speed on the history and how we got to where we are now. And maybe it's the same type of project that we're looking at. We just have a different mechanism to achieve it.
Could I, Chair? I feel like we have to proceed with the same kind of project. The city is developing that reputation, and this has nothing to do with the CRA, but with the golf course, where we had 5 different applicants out working tirelessly to produce something that we were asking for, and then it fell short. This happens often. We put a lot of time and energy into this. The applicants put in a lot of time and energy, and I think the best thing we can do to mitigate the damage that we caused is to go back out the same way we were so that the same applicants have the opportunity to come back in front of us. That's my opinion.
Well, with what you're proposing, the same applicants do have the opportunity to come back in front of us.
Well, I think that's where we have to figure out what we're doing, because again, when we started this, we didn't have as much land.
Right.
So right now, with these two pieces that we acquired, this is just under 2 acres, which is, pretty decent. That's what we're looking at on the south side with the 6, 7, 800 block. 2 of the 700, 800 block are about 2 acres as well. So if we wanted to look at other options or throwing this in the mix of like a potential location for something that we were trying to fit on the 6, 7, 800 block, it just opens up this piece to us. And again, it could come back to the same outcome of that similar low scale development. And we don't have to decide today, but I just wanted to start that discussion and conversation with everyone.
I appreciate you giving us that option. Thank you. Mayor, you want to chime in on this?
No, I mean, I think that I've watched this plume for a long time. I am stunned that we were told originally it was going to migrate, and I am stunned that it has not migrated. Happy that it's sitting under Atlantic, and I hope it stays there. I hope they figure out a way to remediate it, further. But I'm agreeing with the proposal. So
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right.
Commissioner Marker, you have any
I agree with what
comments
the
you
mayor
wanna make?
said. Yeah, I agree with what the mayor said. I'm in agreement on the proposal as well.
Okay. And Commissioner Hall?
Can you go back to the picture of like the map of it, the aerial? No, the one that has
okay.
the property.
Not the
Yeah,
plume.
that one, not the plume. This little strip in the middle, we don't own that. That's that little strip in the middle. We don't own that. CRA doesn't own that.
No.
That's part of a platted alley.
That's an alley.
Part of whoever comes in on this
They could have
are
that
going to be
abandoned.
asking for an abandonment.
So they could abandon that, and this would be contiguous.
Well, it's an alley to
Right.
nowhere, and typically, without
Right.
holding the city
Okay.
to anything,
Yes.
but typically, an alley to nowhere is
So-
abandoned pursuant to some kind of a development plan.
Can.
So this
And we
is
can
a good,
ask for that.
This is a good sized property at this point. I mean, notwithstanding this remediation issue, would this be big enough for the grocery store, for instance? That that would clear up that whole 3 blocks on the other side and make that, frankly, a hell of a lot easier to figure out if we weren't trying to jam a grocery store in on that side of the street. I just don't know if this is big enough. Again, I know the remediation thing's an issue, but
It is. So one of the items we'll talk about later is with the commercial real estate agent. So that could be something we say, hey, pitch this. If you want to throw this into the mix as a potential location and leave it there for now. And once we know that, then we know if we want to go, which route we want to go. But because it's now 2 acres, I mean, it's pretty decent,
throw that out there for you guys to figure out.
We're going to be looking for state legislation to help us. So,
Done. Maybe I can help with remediation.
Remediation.
So
Yeah,
that's
untie us.
my other
Untie
question
us.
is what is the pathway in terms of remediating this? Is it similar to like a brownfield where there's like a framework to get grants and like get remediation? And
Well, I think it's the location because it's under Atlantic. So our
tear
site
up
had
the
all the
road?
equipment. Yeah, you'd have all the equipment and we were hoping when we first started the discussion of untying and what are we doing about a year and a half ago or so, they were trying to see if it shrunk or moved. Like you were saying, the thing is not moved, gotten smaller, bigger. It has just sat.
I didn't know they moved.
They do. They typically. I mean,
Yeah, but not if the pollutant has been taken out. There's nothing polluting it currently, so it's not moving.
It's
some of that
just-
stuff doesn't respond to aeration either. So some of it is short of digging it out.
So we're just
Right.
at a stalemate indefinitely with this remediation
That's
thing?
what we're trying to undo, that stalemate. And that's why I think the report, we asked the consultant at this point, if we're considering any option besides the pad, to
Yeah.
actually get a written, what are we really looking at? Because all we've had is conversations. It could be this, it could be that, and a lot of speculative things.
Yeah.
But I would like a little more of a detailed analysis. If we build X, this is what we get. Y, this is what we get.
Is that forthcoming, that
what we're
analysis?
gonna, yes, that's what we're going to ask for that.
Okay.
I don't think we did vote for that, but we've already started that discussion with
Okay.
the consultants to actually get a more formal report. They give us quarterly updates. They go and test all the time. We talk to them all the time, but we're looking for more of a future, outlook, like
Yeah.
realistic future outlook of where we're at. Because if it just has to be a pad, then we just need to know. And I think they would be the ones to tell us, considering they're the ones out there testing and doing
Yeah.
all that. So,
Well, I mean, I actually agree with Commissioner Casal in terms of our reputation of like, and it's again not an indictment on staff or really even this commission necessarily, but that we do ask for stuff and then we change our minds after people spend a lot of time and money on it. And a lot of it's just the way it's just kind of optics. But it does kind of make us not look super friendly to business in general. And I think that's something that we need to be very cognizant of going forward. I think we were all on the same page about economic sort of recruitment into this area. And so I do think we need to watch that. But again, if this is in flux right now, I do think that we should kind of hold off on coming up with another plan until we know really what our full slate of options is. I'd hate to call in another like RFP at this point and then be like, hey, by the way, you're free and clear now. This is good to go. And then we could move a grocery store there, do something interesting. We've already wasted a bunch of more people's time with money when they send RFPs to us to do another container project or whatever. So I'd love, for me, and again, I probably won't be here, but I would think hearing back with that more in-depth analysis before moving forward with any kind of solicitation would be the right play. That's my opinion.
And I think, I'm all for getting it official as well, so that you will know whether you have to do the pad. At least we'll have it in writing from the experts to say that. So, and then, always open to other options. So, and 2 acres is quite substantial. So, yeah, we have to be considered. Sure.
Are you going to be, I think the CRA should pursue, in any case, the abandonment of that.
But they
We
need a
could do that.
development plan, right?
we can do
Don't you?
that. No, I mean,
Maybe not, because I said it's typically if it's an alley to nowhere, they will entertain it, because
think
they're
we
not
do
really
have
that.
maintaining it.
They will.
City's not maintaining it.
right.
Okay.
We are. Well, I think we do have a development plan. We've been talking about this thing for
Yeah,
so long. We
exactly.
have RFQs. We could show intent, and we have I have
I mean,
some SLED transformation plan. There's things I think evidencing that we are rebuilding and doing work here, and that would happen regardless, whether it's now or later. We would need to do it.
I just think you do better with your proposal if you could show a truly contiguous parcel.
Yes, so we can start that. That's fine.
Points. Yeah.
So do you need any action here, or?
No,
That
I'll
was-
just
that
kind of
was just a
recap what we're going to do. So
Okay.
we are interested in RFP at some point. It doesn't have to be at this immediate right now. We're going to work on getting a report from the environmental consultant, and we'll also start the process of the abandoning of that strip of alley.
Sounds
Okay.
great.
Okay.
Thank you.
We don't need to vote for that, just we'll
No.
continue on. Okay.
And you're next.
Oh,
Surprise.
again, okay. Okay, so this is what I was alluding to earlier, is the update on the professional commercial property real estate marketing services solicitation process that we went through. So there were a few meetings ago that Commissioner Markert brought up about market analysis and testing the market and finding out information from the market. And we did that. We had our request for qualifications that was done earlier this year, and we had 2 different real estate brokers respond. We entered into a contract with JLL. CBRE also responded. They just had a bit of a different approach to it. JLL gave us an hourly rate. CBRE's was just a monthly retainer. So we, elected to go into contract with JLL. Oh, there's the history. So they gave us 2 proposals. So one was for $218,000 and $440,000, and the services ranged from just doing the market studies, that's on the lower end. The higher end would be full bidding services, the market services, and full bidding assistance all the way through, including financial analysis, everything. So we thought they were very high, so we've been trying to negotiate some lower amounts with them, because I don't think we have a lack of interest at this point in these parcels. So I think what they were looking at was probably well above and beyond what we were looking for. So when this was brought up at our board meeting, we went back to JLL to find out if there's any other types of services that they could offer to us that would be more reasonable considering where we are. But these proposals are still valid. If we want to consider them, they're absolutely there as options. We just thought that they were a little bit on the higher end. So they did give us this option for a market sounding service proposal. So I know the grocery store option has been a really obviously top of mind for us for a really long time with these parcels. So they gave us this option to interview grocery stores to provide a sense of interest in the interest from the grocery store market and potentially opening up on West Atlantic Avenue. So this could be something where I mentioned if we want to show them all the parcels and say, hey, here's north side, here's south. What do you think to the grocery stores, and get their feedback. This costed just over $25,000, would take about 6 weeks to complete. So we kind of like this option, considering that we really are trying to go strongly with this grocery store option. So this is, all the proposals are attached to the agenda item, but we thought this would be a reasonable next step with this process of trying to build West Atlantic Avenue. I'll add in, the next item is talking about the 600, 700, 800 blocks. We've been drafting an RFP for the 600 block to specifically attract a grocery store. We also threw in there a discussion about the 700 or 800 block, if you would like. I think that if we go this route with JLL, that maybe we table that item till January, or we could still talk about it and then look at issuing in January. But I thought if we go this route, we would just give it some time to see what the results are.
Okay. Commissioner Casal.
Sure. Should we table both of these in light of what we all understand is currently going on, which is we maybe potentially have a grocer, and we also may have somebody coming in with a proposal for us. So expending the money now, if we have a grocer, wouldn't even make great sense.
We absolutely can. Yeah.
So why don't we table both of these issues, both B and C, until further notice? Because I think we're all having the same conversations out in the public, and we all understand there are things happening. It's up to you. I mean,
we absolutely can. I think the market sounding might be a good idea, even though it's spending a little bit of money, because it's us actually going on our behalf, and not developers going to try to solicit, because we have control. And
hold off on, should we, maybe let's push forward with B, the 25,000, and then hold off on C until we get that information, because it's relevant.
Right.
Okay.
I think there's because we have the site control. So we're the ones as the property owners going to say, hey, this is what we want to build on our properties. When you have others going out kind of on our behalf, but not really no contractual relationship, it gives you a little bit less leverage, I guess. We have that control. And I was going to suggest, if you want to have a board representative sit in on the calls, that's something we're fine too. Otherwise, we can handle it as staff.
I nominate Commissioner Markert, since you let him use his corporate expertise.
He's a marketing guy.
And a grocery guy.
Is this
Not have the tax lawyer.
is this a
because
paid position, Angela? Is this paid?
$0 and 0 cents.
$0 with a lot of
Since
appreciation.
we did the last study, the market actually has changed. The market is kind of, with the way the finance is going now, be real curious to see what, a market sounding. I think that makes Commissioner Casal, I think we can put the other stuff off now, because that would just be spending money and we don't know what it's going to look like. And let's see what we got before we commit to anybody.
Right.
Definitely.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so, I was going to come to you.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, yeah.
Okay. Commissioner Markert, do you have anything else to add to that?
I think that's a great idea, and I'd be happy to donate as much time to helping Renee on that, including calls or whatever. No problem.
There's no extra pay, Mr. Marker.
$0 and 0
As long as
I like the word donate. That's good.
I like that too.
as long as Angela says thank you, I'm okay.
Absolutely. Have my deepest appreciation.
Right.
Thank you. So are we?
Sure.
So, well,
need a
we would
motion?
we'd have to bring a work assignment back, but can we just do motion to approve a work assignment now?
Well, you're asking for direction on C, so my
No,
direction
she's
would be we
still on.
postpone
It's still
that.
on B.
We already said we're postponing.
She said we're still on B.
The contract for
And
the
then
What I'm saying,
back
we haven't voted
Okay.
on C. I think
we don't have to vote. It's a discussion.
No,
item.
so what we'll do, we will get a full work assignment. We have our special meeting coming up on December 4th.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll get the work assignment together and bring that to December 4th. So we'll have
Okay.
that on the agenda
Right.
officially, and then we'll take a vote at that time.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So you
Thank
all,
you.
yes, we got our direction. So
So
we'll prepare.
we're referring to 8B?
That's
and
B.
C?
No,
That's B.
C
That's
is
B.
different. So C, we're
Okay.
just going to table,
Table for now.
Okay.
motion to table to a later date.
Right.
No
Do I
dates.
need, I was gonna say, do I need a motion
No,
to
Yes.
it's a
table?
discussion.
Yes,
You
we
need a
need-
motion to table it? It's a discussion. Okay, so moved.
Second. That's where
Okay.
we go.
Chair Burns,
Yes.
Vice Chair Markert,
Yes.
Deputy Vice Chair Casal,
Yes.
Commissioner Carney,
Yes.
and Commissioner Long.
Yes.
Okay,
Thank you.
moving right along.
Artists.
We are at new business. And Renee is presenting.
Yes. Where are we? Okay.
Good afternoon,
gonna do this one.
Commissioners. Christine Tibbs, Assistant Director. The item before you is related to 95 Southwest 5th Avenue. As you recall, this is the building that you had previously designated in 2024 for medical tenants to serve the needs of the residents within the set. That building is nearing completion. There was an issue that came up during inspection with the elevator that we are working to resolve, and hopefully we will be resolving that soon. So at this time, the design of 95 Southwest 5th Avenue was approved with the intent to place a mural near the entrance on Southwest 1st Street. So we would need to put out a call to artists because the mural that was part of the renderings is just a placeholder to show where it would go. On the left side, you'll see the building now and the location on the exterior of the building where the mural would be placed.
Okay.
So the intent is to put out a call for artists to seek an artist to work with the set community to develop and create a dynamic mural that is embraced by and rooted in the values and culture and history of the set community. The artist will research the history of the set and Frog Alley, work with CRA staff to conduct a community outreach meeting, and use that feedback and input to help develop the theme and vision for the mural design. The final mural design will come before the CRA board prior to going before the City Public Art Advisory Board for mural permit approval. The artist will be selected through an evaluation committee comprised of CRA staff, city staff, community stakeholders within the CRA district, and the set based on qualifications, experience, previously completed and installed work similar in size and scope to what we're asking for the mural on this building. And we're asking for your input on the call to artists and authorize CRA staff to issue that call to artists for the 95 Southwest 5th Avenue building.
Okay, well, my input is call the artists.
Right?
Let's
I'm with you,
get it
Ms.
moving
Burns.
and get that mural up. I'll start on this end. Commissioner Long?
Yeah, let's call them. Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. Commissioner Market, do you have any comments?
No, phone home. That sounds good.
Okay. Commissioner Mayor?
Commissioner Mayor, okay. I just was curious, are we going to give a preference to local artists as opposed to, I mean, are we doing anything like that, or are we just, it's called to general artists? I'm fine with either, I'm just curious how you were planning to do it.
No preference, just a call generally.
Okay, that's fine,
Okay.
just curious, yeah.
But anybody would, part of the call to artists is working with the CRA staff to organize a community outreach meeting to gather that input from the community for the theme and design of the mural.
Fine. Make the call.
Commissioner Cassell?
Yeah, I'm excited. I somehow thought we were already down the road further on this. I remember at the last meeting. So it's very exciting. Thank you.
Okay, what do you need?
We need a motion to authorize staff to issue the call to artists.
Okay,
So
can I get a
moved.
motion?
Second,
Vice Chair Markert,
Yes.
Deputy Vice Chair Casal,
Yes.
Commissioner Carney,
yes?
Commissioner Long,
Yes.
and Chair Burns.
Yes. Okay. 9B.
Me, yes, okay. So this is a follow-up on 3 properties that were referenced during our September 30th meeting. We've talked about them in some form or fashion, some for years, some just in the last year or so. So just wanted to get give you some follow-up information. So I'll go through each of them. So first is the property behind Arts Warehouse on Artist Alley. I reached out to the owner, and his response was, this was to see if he's interested in exploring any potential sale or opportunities. He said he would be interested in exploring any potential sale and would accommodate the CRA's needs if we want to conduct an analysis. If you recall, we discussed this in April and decided not to do an analysis, but he says that he is open to whatever thoughts we would like to have there. The other was the Swan property. That's in Osceola Park neighborhood. That property is not available at this point, and I also reached out to the school district about the former Plamosa. That also is not available at this time.
Well, okay.
So if we had any interest in looking at the Artist Alley property, I would suggest to put this, we have an actual agenda item at our January meeting to allow us time to prepare it. When we've had this on the agenda in April, we reached out to a consultant to get quotes about analysis for these properties, and it was about, I think, 7,000 to 10,000. I have to check, but I would want to go back and prepare an actual item if you wanted to consider that.
Okay. Well, I would like to consider that, putting it on as an agenda item and receiving the analysis, but I will go to my colleagues. Commissioner Cassell.
Well, you're saying put it on as an agenda to discuss receiving an analysis, correct?
Yes. This is similar to what we did in April. We went out and got quotes and then brought that to see if the board would like to consider an analysis, not to actually purchase. We need to find out what we could do there.
Well, I'm going to say again, if we're going to do this, then go look at the Ladowney property on Federal Highway as well, because I think that's a far more suited property for what you're talking about. It's 5 million an acre versus 10 million acre. No ingress egress problems, no stacking issues. This property on Artist Alley is right on the railroad track. You'll have stacking. There's entrance on Federal and Dixie Highway. I can go through the whole list again. There's only one entrance off 4th for the Artist Alley property. There's also bus transportation, which does the full route on both the north and south side directly in front of the property on Federal Highway. So if we're going to discuss properties, I want to discuss both of them, because I think that property, if it's still available, is a far more suitable property for workforce housing.
Had we gotten any information about this property that Commissioner Cassell is referring to? Because I thought we had.
I spoke to the gentleman before when we had this discussion,
Okay.
but we didn't have it on as our analysis
Because
list.
we decided not to
We
go
decided
forward.
to go- right.
But what was the?
He has it for sale. I mean,
Okay,
he's
okay.
open. Yeah, he was open to options.
3
if-
acres at $15 million, $5 million an acre. Mr. White's property is 1.92, and it's 21 million, 20.2 million. And it's questionable what you could even build there. The other property on Federal is, at least it's like a large block. You could definitely build on it.
Wouldn't an
I can
analysis
call
let us
him.
know what we could build there?
Well, I'll call him first because I
I'm
wanna-
just saying,
yes.
that's what the analysis
That's what
would
was
be
the-
about.
yes,
Okay.
we
Look, I can tell you one thing, the White property is still for sale. I don't know if the Ladowney property is.
Okay.
Right. I
That
don't have
property
that
is not
information.
selling at
All right.
21 million.
Um,
Sorry.
Commissioner Long.
Well, the truth is, we don't know what either property, we don't know what the Joe White property's selling for.
Been on the market for like
But we don't
10
know what
years.
it's currently selling for. We don't know. I spoke with the property owner. He conveyed that there was some flexibility in terms of the price based on an analysis. So to me, that's the whole point. Otherwise, we're just speculating and we're speaking in conjecture.
So-
I'm going to finish. I have no issue also analyzing the property on North Federal. I don't think it's suitable, frankly, for workforce housing, but instead of us just offering our opinions on what we think might be suitable and better layout, whatever, let's do our due
Why-
diligence and get an analysis on both. I'm not even going to be here. I'm encouraging you guys to get an analysis
May I
on
ask-
both. Can I finish one
Yes,
sentence,
but
please?
why don't you think it's a good location?
I'm going to finish my statement,
Thank
not
you.
answer. I'm not being interrogated.
So you have already said that you would like for us to include that property along with the others. So
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
And
fine.
I'm
I'm just
saying I'm
curious.
fine with that.
So we
I
don't
think
have to
you guys should
debate-
have all the information to make a decision. That's it.
Thank you.
That's
Are
all.
Are you finished, or do you have something else to say?
No, I just think we should analyze both, and I'm going to punt it to you guys because I'm out of here.
Thank you. Mayor?
I think that the reality is we don't know what actually can be built on any of these properties.
Right.
And at the end of the day, when you're in that business of developing property, it's how many keys can you get on a particular property, and that's how you really do your analysis. So I don't really know what each qualifies for, because each one of these properties actually are in different sections which have different density requirements, which is interesting because we have like a lot of different options. I think that I personally think that the costs, I don't care which one you choose, I'm just wondering where we would get the money. Because, I mean, apart from anything else, we've got a $42 million commitment we're doing in Pompey Park. I mean, as important as I think the issue is of having workforce housing, I don't know where we're going to get the money. So I think, but before I would willing to spend any money, I'd want to know what I could put there and how many units I can actually get on the site. And addressing the ingress egress problems, which are serious. Addressing location of whether or not it is or not appropriate there. These are all good questions, but I don't know what you can put on any of these sites. So it's just like,
So are you in favor of the analysis?
yeah, I think we should.
Or getting it on the
that's fine.
agenda so that we can discuss.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I think we need a bona fide analysis of
Okay.
what you can actually do there, where someone can say, you can do X amount of units per acre. This is how the ingress egress is. This, I mean, like,
So you're in
like I would
favor
be
of-
buying it. Like I would be representing a buyer to a piece of property. What we would used to do is we'd get the zoning verification letters, and we would get a site plan drawn up to say what you could or couldn't do.
So right now, we're just trying to decide whether we want to put it on the agenda.
Correct. And
Okay.
now I think there's two properties potentially.
Right.
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 So,
Right.
and you're interested in both or just one?
We
For
both. Why not?
The mayor. Okay.
Yeah. And
Well, I'll call Mr. Ladani because I don't know where
Right,
he is.
absolutely.
I'll call him, and if he is, I'll explain to him the situation. And if he's open to it, then I'll include it. And otherwise, it'll just be the R. Sally property.
okay. And Commissioner Market, you want to weigh in on this?
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I think we should look at both properties. Let's see what the numbers show. And then to the mayor's point, then we have to sit down and have the hard conversation about finances and what we can afford to do as a city. So,
Right.
but I think it all starts with having a full analysis of the two properties. So I'm in favor of doing that.
Thank you. Okay. So
All right.
we have an agreement to have it on the agenda. So
All right,
we
we
need a
got it.
motion for that, or we're good?
No motion. We
Okay.
got it.
All right. You're up next.
Again. Oh. I'm gonna have Christine do this one.
Good afternoon, it's me.
It says Renee. On my agenda, it says Renee.
Flip flop.
Yes, we switched it up a little. So the item before you concerns funding method on the development of affordable and workforce housing. If you recall, on August 28th, 2025, you approved the issuance of two RFPs, one for 2025-08 at 216 Northwest 8th Avenue. It's a single-family residentially zoned lot. And then another for 3 lots on what used to be 704 Southwest 4th Street, but we got 3 separate addresses now for those 3 lots that we platted. Subsequent to August 28th, we did have an inquiry from one of our nonprofit housing development partners that brought up the challenges that are related to the rising cost of construction. And we looked at our past RFPs, specifically the RFP that we put out in 2019 for the development of Corey Jones Isle. And we are proposing at this time to include language that the following costs may be eligible to receive funding assistance from the CRA, subject to availability, so that it wouldn't be incurred by the developer or the home buyer. And that would include architectural and engineering services, development and construction permit fees, including impact fees, construction financing, and any of the road right-of-way infrastructure construction that would be required by the city of Delray Beach. So the proposer could request funding assistance within their submitted proposal and let the CRA know what they're requesting the funding assistance for. Additionally, with the rising cost of construction is also the rising cost of housing. We would like to add that the CRA provides subsidies to assist the home buyer with the cost to purchase the home, and such a request would also be made at the time of submitting the proposal. So that is the language in front of you that we would like to add to the RFPs prior to issuance, with the note also that the funding assistance and the subsidies won't be available to developers that are required to provide workforce housing to fulfill another government requirement related to any other project. Over to the board.
Okay. Commissioner, I'm sorry.
Okay, I just
Renee?
wanted to add one thing too. So, another thing that we're noticing is that some of these lots that we've purchased, and I'll show you the example, in particular, one of like this, when we purchased these lots, this was all one PCN that we had to split. And the lot sizes were not the standard sizes. And we had that with other situations as well, where there's more work that's coming on that's not typically it's building the home. These lots don't have any infrastructure. They never had any water. So the nonprofits and our partners are having to actually go in and rebuild and reconstruct portions of streets more so than they were doing before, which is why we thought this would be, a good avenue to pursue. We did it for Corey Jones Al. We gave full construction loan for that project, plus subsidies. I believe it was up to $85,000 per home. I don't think any home that needed a subsidy did not use that maximum amount. But I think as we're trying to really find these lots and almost like make them ourselves, because there's such a shortage of land, we're running into issues with some of these lots. So that's also another reason we were trying to come up with strategies to help, because we didn't want to put that cost on the partners to build, which oftentimes would then be transferred to the buyer. In this case, we could look at the cost and see things that we could keep and absorb ourselves that wouldn't be passed on and help with the cost of homes, because we are anticipating the potential of having to do enhanced or more infrastructure than normally would be with these lots.
Okay. All right. So, I'll just start off saying that I'm in support of adding that language to have construction funding assistance and the subsidies. So, Commissioner Long, I'll start with you. You agree? That's it?
That's it.
Commissioner Marker?
I agree also.
Okay. This is good.
I agree. I would like to see, we've been doing those 3 lots since I got on here.
Yeah.
It's time. It's time.
Not the first time, but the second time.
Okay.
But
All right. They're going to get some construction going.
I agree
Commissioner
too.
Cassell.
I think
Okay.
this is perfect timing too. When Mr. Hernandez came in front of us and talked about how people couldn't afford, the subsidies seemed necessary to make it happen. So thank you to you and the staff.
Okay. So, do we need a motion here to add this? to the
Yes,
language?
well, yes, motion to authorize issuance of the revised RFP for the disposition of CRA-owned vacant lots for the development of workforce and affordable housing.
so moved.
Second.
Deputy Vice Chair Cassell,
Yes.
Commissioner Carney,
Yes.
Commissioner Long,
Yes.
Chair Burns,
Yes.
and Vice Chair Margaret.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And on to RAC.
Right. So I am going to do this update today. We've had one meeting so far since we installed the new RAC group. All 3 members were on before, so it was a nice, kind of homecoming. Only 2 were able to attend our first meeting, but we shared information about the property that we assigned them to discuss in Osceola Park. They already started churning out some really good ideas. The person who couldn't make the meeting was the person who lives in Osceola Park, so we'll update her, but I know she has a lot of great ideas as well to share. And actually, interestingly enough, at Burning Conversations, I met a gentleman that works with a lot of churches, Haitian churches in Osceola Park and around the city, who's really excited about this property and wanted to share feedback and interest as well. So I told him, please come to a meeting. Maybe we could have meetings separately, but they have a lot of ideas potentially for the site. So I think it's a good shift of our interest into that area. He was really excited, and the members of RAC 2 to see us kind of spreading out our interest a little bit. So
Okay.
It was positive. We'll have another meeting in January where we'll start getting a little more feedback. This was just the first meeting to share what we're going to be doing, so they're ready to work.
Okay. Thank you. Sounds good. Other business.
Me. Okay.
Surprise.
Comments. Okay. First, I wanted to share about Palm Beach County Days in January. So I was planning to attend just to share the good works that our CRA is doing. I know our chamber always has a pretty good delegation. Last year, we were up there, Commissioner Long, about we were up there when we had the situation with CRAs going on. So I wanted to attend or go again just to go with the chamber, kind of have like our little mini delegation like we did this year. It was really positive. We talked to a lot of representatives and had some good feedback from them. So just wanted to share that first. Next is the special meeting. So I just wanted to reiterate that again. I know we talked about this a couple times briefly at the end of the last meeting. We did not have a December meeting scheduled, but we would like to hold this special meeting on December 4th to discuss the West Atlantic Master Plan Set Transformation Plan Amendment. So we have been working really, really hard on drafting and redrafting this document. We believe it'll be ready hopefully by early next week to share with you all. This is just us approving in substantial form. It still has to go to planning and zoning, and ultimately the city of Delray Beach would have to adopt the plan. But we wanted to get the ball rolling because if we did not move it forward now, we would be into the end of January before our board would hear it, and then we would be further down the line with the city's review. The plan, I can say, is largely the same. It's more condensing and making things a little bit more streamlined. I think when we did our outreach meeting one of them, we had stickers. We went around the room and prioritized things. We were able to extrapolate over 100 individual action type items from the plan, which is a lot. So we tried to just condense that down. In principle, a lot of the things are the same. We just tried to slim down 100 different action items because it was just a little overburdensome and a lot. So we're excited about that. This meeting, we only have that topic. We may have one or two other items on the agenda. It should be a short agenda, but this was the only time that we could find to get everyone together to consider this.
Chair, may I
Okay,
ask a
thank you.
question?
Sure.
Did you, have we noticed that meeting? Do you have to notice it?
We just did, yes.
Sugar. I'm going to be 15 minutes late to that meeting.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay.
Should we start it at 10:30?
Pardon me?
Should we start it at 10:30? Do you want to do
If we could do that, I would.
We could,
if
'cause I
you-
think, yeah.
If you could do that, that would be perfect.
Yeah, we can. The only item presented will be this item where we're going to go through a summary PowerPoint of it. So that should take about 30 or 40 minutes. And then the other items will be on consent.
But since,
Doing this one, I'm still going to be I still got my meeting at noon in West Palm.
Yes.
I'll have you out of there.
I know you
be
run a
okay.
great meeting.
30
I know,
minutes.
so I understand that.
So since you've already noticed it though for 10 o'clock, is that presenting a problem or should
We'll
we
move
just?
it. No, it's okay. We can
Okay.
move it. Yeah, we just put it up on Legistar.
Okay.
Oh.
So we have to, that's it. Yeah, that's all. It's just a
Okay.
Legistar thing. Because again, we're just recommending for the city to approve it. It's just kind of like a formality that we're the ones that prepared it. So we're just asking the city if they will adopt it. And when we share it with you all, of course, provide us your feedback. It'll be changing as we go through the steps. This is just the first kind of brush at this for us to review it. But yeah, definitely share any feedback once we send it to you all, and then we'll try to incorporate or discuss it at the meeting. But the meeting shouldn't be too long.
Yeah.
That'll be my final one.
I know we scheduled it just for you. We had to do one more.
And I mean,
Squeeze in a workshop for him too, 'cause he loves
Oh, yeah.
His favorite thing.
2-hour workshop, yeah.
It's a
2-hour
must.
workshop
Make it happen.
yeah,
One
and
presentation
at 12
in 10
o'clock.
parts.
12 o'clock.
Let's do it.
there has just been a lot of intentional planning and working on this. So I just want to commend you and your staff and the community as well. I mean, at the first couple, I know we had over 100 people
We did.
attending.
Wow.
And so the community got really involved in this. And thank you for your staff and Inspire as well. This was a great project, a great
Yes.
redo.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
You
Oh,
got something else?
a couple more things. So we have our next CRA social, which is also on December 4th. So after our meeting in the morning, you can hang out with us in the evening time.
Really? All day.
From 5 to 7, we will be discussing or actually showing or having the document that was on our agenda for the West Atlantic Master Plan Set Transformation Plan update. We'll also recently just added code enforcement. I know they're trying to go out there and share information of what they're doing. So we invited them to come out to our social and be there as well. So if you have any code enforcement questions, please come out and join us. And happy Thanksgiving. Very grateful for you all. It's such a pleasure working with every single person here. I know we have the best time and we do a lot of hard work. So I just want to say thank you from us. Thank you.
Don't forget public comment.
That's all I have.
Okay, so we are at the public comment up portion. We did a flip-flop today. So if you have anyone for public comment, you can approach the lectern, give your name, zip code, right?
We don't have that rule. I don't know what the rule is here.
I think we're doing
have-
Now it's
something.
zip code. We just changed it.
Yeah.
We have recorded too.
We have 6 audios.
Okay, so, well, which,
We could do it at the end.
okay, we'll do the audio
The
at
kids
the
have
end.
to leave at 5 to go home. So
I'm sorry?
The kids have to
Oh,
leave
okay.
at 5,
We
so
didn't know
they
that.
can.
I'm
they can
sorry.
come. It's okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good evening, board members. My name is Dr. Sarah Selznick. I reside at 1700 Northwest 2nd Ave here in Delray Beach. Here to speak about the proposal that was submitted last night. I've lived in this city for more than 12 years and have worked full-time in the set that entire time. In 2018, my husband and I established the Shared Future Foundation, a 501c3 with one purpose: to invest deeply our time, our resources, and our relationships into the regeneration of the set community. Since 2018, the foundation has granted more than $2.28 million directly into the set, and we are asking our friends and colleagues to do the same. Just this past Thursday, we raised nearly $3,000 at our home, all of which will be invested back into the set community. The foundation also owns another $2 million worth of real estate in the set, most of which is being conveyed to first-time homeowners in support of affordable housing efforts, led by the Delray Beach CDC. I share all of this to say we are committed and here for the long haul. These resources have had real impact because of our partnership with the Coalition and the network of strategic partners working tirelessly to protect and uplift the soul of Delray. The Coalition itself grew from essentially no operating budget in 2018 to $204,653 by 2021 and over $1.13 million by 2022. I volunteer full-time hours with no pay because I believe deeply in residents leading their own transformation. Major philanthropic partners have followed this work: $400,000 from the Walton Family Foundation, $600,000 from the Mellon Foundation, which launched our community-led real estate strategy. We are also backed by national experts, Dina Hayes Green of the Racial Equity Institute, award-winning architect and designer Jermaine Barnes, and Vice President of Research, Dr. Bruce Jones of Howard University. Most recently, our foundation allocated $90,000 in partnership with the Coalition in legal resources to support the community in establishing a community loan fund, a neighborhood trust, and property management company. The plan is for this parcel, along with the other parcels owned by Shared Future, to become some of the first properties stewarded by the neighborhood trust. On the ground, our Fifth Avenue space, which is adjacent to this empty lot, is in constant vibrant use. Wellness circles and guaranteed employment programs, nature play with Cocoa Plum Nature School, financial literacy with Pathways to Prosperity, community meetings, birthday parties, markets, and outdoor events. Shared workspace for at least 6 nonprofits and 2 small businesses. And we haven't even renovated the building next door yet, which is fully funded and will soon host 3 additional small businesses, including a bookstore, coffee shop, and home of Peach Umbrella Network. Meanwhile, the 5th grade legacy farmers are installing a fruit forest and building a micro-enterprise with their teacher, Miss Dana Tate. Shared Future Foundation, a nonprofit, sorry, can I have 30 more seconds from someone else?
30 seconds? Okay, go ahead.
Shared Future Foundation owns 3 of the 4 surrounding lots. They are in the name of Community Holdings, an LLC owned by the foundation. The CRA owns no surrounding lots. The parcel we are requesting from the CRA, just 0.16 acres, is the missing 4th quadrant. Together, these lots have become a campus of innovation, culture, and community care. We are also committing to building 4 affordable single-family homes in exchange. Currently, the lot is a dumping ground. The CRA is contributing to the slum and blight they are charged with eradicating. Instead of sitting on land that could be transformed now, meet us with support tonight. If we can combine the trust we've built with residents and the institutional power of the CRA, we could do something truly transformational. I'm asking you to please say yes instead of the easier no. Choose partnership, choose regeneration led by the people who call this place home. Thank you.
Thank you. Tell us your name.
Good evening. My name is Keely Miller, and I'll be reading this for Miss Ornella. Good evening. My name is Ornella, and I live at 4284 Dusty CT Apartment 206. Where?
She's reading this for Ornella, I believe. Go ahead.
In Lakewood, and
go.
I'm here to speak in support of Shared Future Foundation's proposal for the empty lot at I'm speaking on behalf of Soil, Soul, and Soul. We are a community-based nonprofit that grows the well-being of people, place, and planet by offering group of mindfulness training and session for children and adults, as well as earthwork activities that help us maintain nature spaces intentionally alive. Soil and Soul and other organizations use the Fifth Avenue space as our home for connection and community building. This space allows us to host our weekly wellness circles, where residents come together for movement, mindfulness, and community support. This is the place where we run our earthwork sessions, helping people reconnect to nature and heal through hands of stewardship. This space also serves as our office and grounding place where we meet with families, coordinate guarantees employment, and build financial wellness programs that have already been registered. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's very brave. Scary up there.
It is. Good evening, members of the CRA board. My name is Dana Tate. I'm a resident at 114 Northwest 18th Street, and I am the 5th grade teacher at Village Academy and the coordinator of the Legacy Farmers Program. I've been teaching for 12 years, 9 of which have been at Village, and I'm here on behalf of my students and to share our vision for the property at 29th Southwest 6th Avenue. Thank you for the opportunity to share what this project has already done for our students and what we believe it can grow into with your support. This year alone, our students have experienced a level of hands-on education that most 10-year-olds never receive. They've learned directly from regional experts across Palm Beach County to learn about sustainable urban farming and food forestry. They have even studied how city government works and what the CRA is, something that even many adults don't fully understand. These experiences have ignited an excitement for learning that carries back into our classroom. Students are writing essays about plants and ecosystems with a depth of curiosity we rarely see from 10-year-olds. They're practicing teamwork, leadership, public speaking, and scientific thinking in ways that align closely with project-based learning best practices. They see the connections between reading, writing, science, math, culture, and community, and they understand why learning matters. But we have reached a limit we cannot overcome without additional space. Right now, the number of students we can include is small. Our vision and our responsibility is bigger. With this additional land, we can expand the program to include more grade levels, cross-age mentoring between elementary, middle, and high school students, weekly outdoor science, art, mindfulness, and environmental literacy classes, family engagement events, community workshops led by students, nature-based cultural learning grounded in the heritage of the set. The land becomes more than a garden. It becomes an outdoor classroom, a community hub, and a cultural space. It becomes a place where students learn science through real soil, plants, and ecosystems. Families can garden, cook, and learn alongside their children. Elders can pass on cultural knowledge and natural practices. Community partners like Soil and Soul, the Children's Garden, Pike Place, and FAU can teach on-site. Kids can explore future careers in agriculture, environmental science, landscaping, engineering, and entrepreneurship. We just have a new partnership with Florida Atlantic University called Chips and Salsa, which opens even more doors. Students will now learn how to use microchips to collect data on soil health, temperature, moisture, and nutrient levels. This introduces them to environmental science, coding, and digital tools at the age of 10. And we're only at the beginning. This project is also deeply tied to place. Our students are growing up in the set, a neighborhood with a rich cultural history and a legacy of resilience. Through this project, they learn that the land around them has value, that their voices matter, that they can take care of the place they come from and shape its future. By giving us more land, you are giving our students a permanent site for outdoor learning, a safe, beautiful place to explore nature. I get 10 more seconds?
Go ahead.
A platform for leadership and community service, a way to connect with their culture and environment, a stronger sense of belonging and pride in where they live. You're also giving families a reason to gather, learn, and build together. A food forest is not just an educational tool, it's a community anchor. Our students are showing us who they can become when given space, resources, and trust. More land would let us continue building a program that is academically rigorous, culturally grounded, community-led, and filled with joy and purpose. Thank you for believing in the potential of our young people and in the power of growing something meaningful together.
Thank you.
Good evening, CRA board members. My name is Henry, and I am a 5th grade fifth grader at Village Academy. I am part of the Legacy Farmers Club at the Village Academy, and I am here tonight to speak again on the property at 29 Southwest 6th Avenue. We need this land to support our club and our vision. This club is new at Village this year, and we have already gone on many field experiences that have changed the way we see nature, food, and our community. Imagine what we could accomplish if we kept going. We learned from experts all over Palm Beach County. We visited Pike Place Food Forest in Jupiter and learned from Amanda Pike, who showed us how a real food forest works and how every plant supports the next one. We visited the Swington Community Garden and learned from Miss Michiko, who taught us about layers of the food forest and how to build our own property. We also went to the Delray Beach Children's Garden, where Shelly Zach showed us how kids can help take care of space that is beautiful, peaceful, and full of life. We learned to plant trees from landscape architect Clint Oster and how to take care for our existing property from Mr. Pablo from Soil and Soul. We've even learned how our city government works. Most 10-year-olds don't even know what the CRA is, but we do. We understand how the board helps improve neighborhoods and how decisions are made. Learning this has taught us that kids can have a voice in our community and that our ideas matter. These field experiences have inspired us to work harder than ever. We've practiced writing essays about plants, ecosystems, and our environment. We've learned to collaborate, to research, and to bring back what we saw on our trip so we can apply it at school. Every trip we take gives us more ideas, more motivation, and more excitement for what we can build. Now we want a space of our own, a place where all this learning can continue to grow. We want a beautiful outdoor classroom where we can learn from nature, teach each other, host our families, invite other classes, and give back to our neighborhood. If we had more land, it could become a living classroom that students could use for many years. We could grow plants that help our community, create habitats for animals. Can I get like 30 more seconds?
You're learning. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Practice science outside and learn skills that make us healthier and more connected to nature. This space wouldn't just help us, it would help the students who come after us too. We have already learned so much this year and we have even bigger plans for the future. We hope the CRA will support our dream of expanding our food forest so we can keep learning, teaching, and creating opportunities for our community. Thank you for believing in students and for listening to our ideas. We promise that if you give us this land, we will use it with pride, responsibility, and love for our community.
Thank you. You definitely are learning.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Tamaya, and I am here because I am part of something powerful, something that is changing how kids in Delray Beach learn, grow, and dream. I am a proud member of Legacy Farmers, a youth-led project built on leadership, culture, and community. Legacy Farmers is not just a garden. It's not just a club. It is a project where kids learn real skills that matter in real life. We learn how to grow food from the ground up. We learn how to take care of the earth and understand the history of our community. And we learn how to turn ideas into businesses that can support our families and our neighborhood. This year, our learning has taken us all over the county. We met experts who showed us that plants can feed us, heal us, and admire us. We tasted foods we have never tasted before. We asked questions, we experimented, we made mistakes, and we got better. Every week, we learn something new about what it means to lead. But Legacy Farmers isn't only about what we've done. It's about what we're building next. We have big plans for the future. We will learn to take photos so we can document our work and tell stories with our own voices. We will learn how artists use native plants to dye fabric and create products we can sell. We will learn about herbalism, how plants can support health, culture, and tradition. We will learn from scientists at FAU who want to help us understand ecosystems, soil, water, and climate. And we will keep building our own small businesses designed and run by students like me. We are ready for all of that. But to make these dreams real, we need one thing that will make everything possible: land. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Claudia. I am a student at Village Academy, and I am a member of the Legacy Farmers Club at my school. I am here again to ask about the property at 29 Southwest 6th Avenue. Land is where we grow, land is where we practice, land is where we experiment, make decisions, and learn from the results. Land is how we take this project from an idea to a legacy. With land, we can build a permanent farm where every new group of students can learn hands-on science, leadership, culture, history, and business management. With land, we can create a space where families, teachers, and community members come together to learn, eat, create, and celebrate. And with land, we can build a place that belongs to the set, a place rooted in the history and future of our neighborhood. We are not just asking for space, we're asking for a chance to grow a generation of young people who know how to feed themselves, support their community, honor their culture, and build their future with their own hands. We are ready to work. We just need the land to do it. Thank you for believing in us, and thank you for giving us the chance to build something that will last. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hello, good evening. Pablo del Real with Soil and Soul. I'm one of the nonprofit agencies that works out of this space that's adjacent to CRA property. And I'm trying to understand why we're back here. We were here a month ago, over 30 days ago. And as I understand it, there was an offer made on the property. So we're not really asking for you to give it to us. We're asking for you to sell it to Shared Future Foundation. In my understanding, they've met all the requirements of submitting a proposal to the CRA. And it's been more than 30 days and we haven't heard anything. So I'm curious about that. And last time I heard that there was a cone of silence in effect for that period. Okay, I get it. But that period should be over as far as I can tell. We were here a month ago. You heard from a lot of the students. You've heard about the other agencies that use that space. And I think we're talking about a very small percentage of CRA property. In my understanding, you all own about 500 acres in the city. Correct me if that's not accurate. We're talking about a piece of property that's less than a quarter of an acre to add to an existing campus. And many of the CRA lots can be used for affordable housing. And you heard that Shared Future Foundation, together with Delray Beach CDC, is supporting that. And as I understand it, the proposal includes 4 lots, 4 more additional housing from Shared Future Foundation in exchange for this one lot, less than a quarter acre, that's adjoining the campus that's already there. So I'm not sure why we're having to come back here and ask for this. There's money on the table. It's good money. It's part of a bigger project that's going to support a lot of people. I honestly want to know why there hasn't been any response. And I want to just add that this is a unique opportunity for the CRA and for the city of Delray Beach. And it's surprising to me that there wasn't more enthusiasm, more cooperation, collaboration from the CRA, and that there's just been silence. It's really confusing. So I hope that you'll be able to address this tonight. There's a proposal, valid proposal, on the table to support many residents in a unique property that that you own and that's up for sale. Well, it's being proposed to be bought. So please help us out with that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kristen Karstarfin, Director of Collective Action for the Coalition. I'm here today to advocate for Shared Future Foundation acquiring the empty parcel of land, 29 Southwest 6th Avenue. I don't want to stand up here long, but I do want to share my experience and observation of the joy, community, economic development, and access to healing on a continuous basis. However, that is at a limited capacity. With Shared Future Foundation obtaining the empty parcel, we'll be able to increase the usage of our current community space. We're currently on 32 Southwest 5th Avenue and 34 Southwest 5th Avenue. That functions as a co-working space, an intimate nature space, community outdoor event space, and now a funded urban farm managed by the Legacy Farmer Club and those amazing children that you just saw from Village Academy. Help us continue to grow the impactful work that's happening in this beautiful place, not only for the people you heard from today, but for generations to come. I grew up here and I know how impactful it is to have a community space that you can go to outside of school, outside of church, just to be with your fellow residents, your community. So I know that it will be impactful for these young folks, not only for their future and how they see careers, but internally how they see people, family, and love. So I advocate for Shared Future Foundation acquiring the property. Thank you for your time today. I hope we get a yes.
Thank you. For the ones on, yes. And I just wanted to, the teacher is gone. I wanted to say, I hope those students got extra credit for that.
They're all listening out there. They're just
Okay, so students, I hope that your teacher gives you extra credit for your reports and
Hi, good morning. Thank you for all you do.
Oh, gosh.
My name is Fernanda Wolfson. I live at 744 South Lake Avenue, Delray Beach, 33483. And I would like to share a message on behalf of Coco Plum Nature School, and as a mom of two boys
I seem to have
that
lost
enjoy
audio, if you can hear me.
the garden, I'm calling to advocate for Shared Future Foundation's proposal. We use the Fifth Avenue space at least twice a week to host nature play sessions for young children in the stat. And for my students, this space is more than a classroom. It is a safe, joyful, clean environment where children can explore, create, and learn through the natural world. And as the new urban farm and food forest takes shape, we will be bringing our students even more regularly to tend the land, to learn about gardening and ecology, and to understand what it means to care for their community from the ground up. I support this project because it invests in the well-being of children, families, the earth, and the next generation of environmental stewards. It expands the space where learning, imagination, and nature can come together in a neighborhood that deserves these opportunities. The children deserve these opportunities, and the families all together. So I'm asking that the CRA supports this project so our children can continue to grow in confidence and knowledge and in connection to their community. If you have any questions, you may reach me at Fernanda@cocoplumnatureschool.org. Thank you so much and have a beautiful day. Bye.
Good morning. My name is Pastor Richard Daines. I live at 407 Northeast 17th Avenue, Boynton Beach. Speaking in support of Shared Futures Foundation proposal for the empty lot that's on 6th Avenue. Speaking on behalf of Pathways to Prosperity, which provides financial literacy, economic empowerment, and workshops located at the Hive. This space allows us to meet residents where they are, right in their own neighborhood, and to provide them knowledge along with coaching and support that helps families build stability, to reduce debt, and to also plan for their futures. Demand for these services is growing, and the Hive has become an essential, trusted place for this work. We support this project because expanding this space means expanding opportunity, and so we're asking the CRA to wholeheartedly support this project. Thank you. Have a great day.
Chair,
Hi, my name is Jennifer Jones. My address is 639 Kingbird Circle in Delray. I'm speaking in support of the Shared Future Foundation's proposal for the empty lot on 6th Avenue. I speak on behalf of the Peach Umbrella Network, a collective of small businesses and entrepreneurs rooted right here in the set. Our network owns the Black Men's Market here on site, and we use kiosks that are already built that gives local vendors an opportunity to meet their clients, to sell, to grow, and to thrive. In the building next door, as it's being renovated, it offers a space for 4 new small businesses, as well as a space where we can have vocational training, a space for employment, and for the entrepreneurs in our community. We support this project because it strengthens the economic heartbeat of the historical 5th Avenue. It strengthens small businesses. It encourages growth and wealth in our community. The expansion of the business of that space allows for small businesses, not outsiders, to come and grow and build wealth right here in our community, where culturally we want to continue to see it thrive. We would love to see more growth in our commercial corridor. So we are asking the CRA to support this project in the set so that small businesses can continue to rise, continue to thrive right here in our community, and we generate wealth in our neighborhood. As a small business owner myself, I do use the space and the Hive, and it supports my capacity to meet with my clients. And as a small business, I really benefit from this space. Thank you for your help and thank you for your support.
Commissioner, oh, he left already. Commissioner Market had some.
You couldn't hear.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello, this is Alexius Burns, 2578 Lake Ida Road. I happen to be a millennial here in Delray Beach, Florida, a very, very, very concerned citizen. I have my business here at the Hive, where we do a lot of community organizing, and we learn together, we play together, and it's actually just a place where community can oftentimes come and convene when we have different projects or different programming. And I want to just say that I advocate for the 5th Avenue to gain more space so that our little ones, not only our own personal little ones, but the little ones in the community also have a place to go. I do know that there's a lot of outreach that happens from that area and space. There's a lot of learning and growing together that happens in that space. And there's a lot of programming that happens in that space that I think is kind of vital to that community and the growth and the trajectory that we're going in. So I am in support. I hope you all can consider that it's not just a space to us, but it is also community building. Thank you.
Yes, hello, this is Erwin Sinayan. Yes, hello, this is Erwin Sinayan. Address 34 Southwest 5th Avenue, Delray Beach, Florida. Just reaching out in regards to the agenda. I'm here on behalf of this millennials in general in the area in Delray Beach. We are a group of young adults who live in the set, and we actively use the Fifth Avenue space for our meetings and gatherings. Also, co-owner of an insurance company, Black Star, that utilizes the co-working space. This space is more than a building. It's one of the few places in the neighborhood where we come together, learn, and celebrate, and actually see ideas take shape. We support this project because it expands a space that already works, as again we are using it currently. We're asking the CRA to support this project so we can continue to have a spot that young entrepreneurs can kind of grow from and go from there. So thank you for your time.
That's it.
Good afternoon. My name is Angela Hill. I live at 1101 Northwest 3rd Terrace, Delray Beach, Florida, 33444. I am speaking in support of the Shared Future Foundation proposal for the empty lot on 6th Avenue. I speak on behalf of the Peach Umbrella Network. It is a collective small business who benefits from the Hive, which is the current property that sits adjacent or in front of the small empty lot. Our network hosts Blackman's Market on this site using the kiosks already built to give local vendors a place to sell, grow, and thrive. As this building next door is renovated, it will become a home for 4 new small businesses, a space for vocational training, creating real opportunities and skill building, employment, entrepreneurship within the community, along with several other adversaries. We support this project because it strengthens the economic heartbeat of our community, the historic Fifth Avenue. It expands a space where local businesses, not outside developers, can grow, build wealth, contribute, thrive culturally within our home. We are asking the CRA to support this project so that the set small businesses can continue to rise and help lead regenerations of our neighborhood. Thank you. Angela.
That's it? Okay. Okay. Public comment is over. What about this project? What can we talk about? What can we not talk about at this time?
Ma'am, the cone of silence is still in effect.
It's still in effect.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that would answer why there's been no discussion about this, Ms. Pablo. All right. So are there, we at the end of our agenda, correct?
Yes, we are.
Okay. All right. Comments?
Do we know when these folks would get some kind of feedback on this front?
By Monday, yes.
By Monday? Okay.
Yes.
By Monday. Oh, okay. And so that is because I have something I want to say, but it will have to wait until Monday.
December 4th, yes.
All right.
All right. Let's zip until Monday.
Just zip the lip.
Commissioner Casella.
Super quick, thank you. We stopped doing the public comment via phone in the commission meetings post-COVID. I like that people can call in for their convenience, but sometimes I can get the gist of it, but oftentimes I don't always know what they're saying. It could be my issue, not the system. But I like it when people come here and speak to us and we see them. And I'm just wondering why we're still doing the phone when we stopped doing that all over.
Well, so we just kept it on. I think the 2 public comment things that we hadn't adopted from the city was the no phone or stopping the phone line, and also the 1 hour limit on comments.
Got it.
So those are the 2 things that we just never discussed. We can, absolutely. We just have to amend the bylaws, and we can do that.
Well, there were at least 3 people on there that I personally know who are at work. So CRA meets at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and not everybody is off work. So having the ability to do it by phone, people
Right,
can't
makes a
take off work
difference
to
if you're
come
working.
make a comment.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right, our
And the
meetings
hour,
are.
do you want to consider the hour adoption or?
I feel like
or
we
leave
should
it?
do that
We just
one.
never did that one either, so. Or leave it as is.
The public comment closing after an hour. We never meet an hour, so we
Yeah,
can.
ours aren't
but we
very
can
long.
impose it just in
If
case.
you'd like to, we can. It just is a bylaw change, that's all. So,
We've never gone over, I mean, if you want to entertain that, I'm okay with just leaving it where it is because we've never gone over an hour. I don't know. It's just,
I would entertain it, Ms. Burns, if it's on the same subject, because it could happen. I mean, we only do that when it's repetitive and redundant on one subject.
we have had that happen. I mean, it happened, years past, or some of our RFPs.
I feel like we could do that
I mean,
one.
it's okay. I don't mind. Mayor?
I mean, I think an hour is enough time for public comment. I think that,
Yeah.
I think it's unlikely we're going to test that limit, but there may be the time we do, and it's typically the same issue being discussed
Exactly.
over and over again.
Yes,
So-
it would have to be the same subject, and that was the
that's why
situation. We faced that. We just never made that change. I know the city implemented. We just didn't discuss it in years past.
I don't think it's.
One item or one approach you may consider, if you have a large number of people who want to speak, you can limit the conversation less than 4 minutes by motion. So
Or 3.
per meeting, if you have 100 people and you want to, you can limit them to 2 minutes or 1 minute.
So you do it at each meeting when you
And meeting by meeting.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good policy.
Okay.
I like that.
We'll research. We'll write that up and have it on the December meeting.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other comments?
No,
or
thank you.
Ending comments?
I love the kids. I could listen to them all
I
day.
know, me
gotta
too.
tell you, I mean,
Me too. That's why I was sitting up here
there.
with a rubric. I was like, oh, they got an A, she got an A.
Kids are great. They probably as they grow up. I love them when they're that age.
Yeah.
They're great. They all did a great job.
Well, I don't have any other comment. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I'll be in Vegas for the week and enjoying myself in the
With
cold.
a CRA checkbook, I hope, right?
I don't have a check.
$0 and 0 cents.
My name on it.
$0 and 0 cents.
And 0 cents, absolutely. All right, well, meetings adjourned. Oh, I'm sorry, city attorney.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, thank you. All right, meetings adjourned. Thank you, everybody.